During this exercise, we're going to continue working with our LandXML dataset. Previously, we imported a LandXML file and created a PowerCivil DAT file, or data file. After building a triangulated surface, we noticed that the surface did not have breakline information. Therefore, there is no breakline information in the XML file. We're going to remedy this by using the CAD graphics and bringing those into the DAT file as breaklines. Working in our manual, we're going to start out at the bottom of page 127 and work through to the top of page 130 to accomplish this. I'll go ahead and get into my LandXML drawing file located under my Data Geosite DTM LandXML folder. So basically I'm going to be using the graphics, for example in this case the edge of pavement. I want to bring those into the DAT file, extract graphics that is, extract those into the DAT file as breakline, but I can see that there's no elevation on them. So in order for me to bring it in, I need to get elevation from some source. Well, my DAT file does have spot shots in it, so I'm going to go ahead and plot those into this design or CAD file, and they'll plot near to the break lines, and I'll use the graphics as a way of interpolating elevation for the break lines. So I'm going to bring up my Load DTM Features tool and switch my load file to data where I can load the spots. So I'm going to highlight spots and I'm going to turn the item on. I'll set up the level, weight, and color that I want. So I'll put them on a level or layer called points. Set their color to by level, their weight to by level. I'll set their text height and text width to 2, and I'll center justify. My decimal places for the text will be 2 decimals. Click OK, and that should be just fine. Now I'm going to turn off display only. I'm going to go ahead and permanently draw the text spots into the file. So I click load, and it'll go out there and plot the text. So I'll close this dialog, and I'll zoom in. So you can see that it's placed text elevation labels along my break lines. And I'll use those to extract the appropriate elevation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now using the extract graphics dialog. Now the file that I'm going to be appending to is called existing.dat. I'm going to set it to binary and append. I'm appending with breaks that I'll be interpolating. Now the level, if you remember, for the spots, I just plotted those. They're on the level called points, type 17. The longitudinal information, I'll get that just by selecting them from the list, and I'm going to choose X building, existing curb and gutter, existing center line, existing concrete, existing edge of pavement, existing gravel. I certainly could also use the match and go through and graphically pick on the elements that I want to bring in. As far as colors, I'll set it to by level. So when I hit display, it highlights in purple everything that's going to be picked up. The tolerance I'll set to 0.2. I've fitted everything to view. So at this point I can append and hit apply, and it'll extract the information. I also have a pond. I don't want to make that into a void. So what I'm going to do now is set my feature or first change my mode to extraction, then I'm going to set my feature to void. I'm going to click reset, then match, and select the red shape that represents the pond. So basically I'm creating a void there, or an area where I don't want any triangles. I'm going to append that to my DAT file. So I click apply, and that's been appended. So now we've added the break line information to our DAT file as well as this void. So the next step that we'll do is create the triangles and review them again. And we'll do that next.